Hey everybody, and welcome to Drinking in the Northwest. I am Donnie, and today we are at Five Rights Brewing in Marysville, Washington. This is my home brewery, so we will have definitely a lot of stuff going on here. There's a lot of events here and all that good stuff, but I figured I'd show you around, give you a little history on the brewery, let you know hours, kid-friendly, all that good stuff. So let's head inside and take a look. So as we come into Five Rights on this end, there's two entrances. There's this entrance on the right-hand side, which is the kitchen, and then you come through the brewery on this side. This is the back entrance off of 2nd Street. This is where the pavilion's located. And this is the parking lot, the main parking lot. You can come in off of 3rd Avenue. During the week, though, there's businesses and stuff. The parking is limited. So as you make your way inside here, though, this is the entrance I always use. Here's a good schedule here on the tap room hours. So we've got Tuesdays 4 to 9, Wednesdays 2 to 9, Thursdays 2 to 9, Friday 2 to 10, Saturday 12 to 9, Sunday 12 to 8, and we are closed on Mondays. They do have a full kitchen that pretty much runs the same hours. So Five Rights started back in 2015 in RJ's garage. He had a 1-barrel system, and that's how I discovered them. We were fairly close to them where we lived, and I would go get growler fills. And then in 2017, still in his garage, they won Small Craft Brewer of the Year for Washington. 2019 of March is when this brick and mortar they moved into. They started off and they have a oversized 7-barrel system. As you can see here, you've got the mash and the liquor tank. Got all these tanks in here. Obviously they're not brewing right now. They are not quite open yet, but they'll be open in about 20 minutes and stuff. You've got a big walk-in cooler. You've got the boil kettle. And then you've got all the magic right here in the cooler. As you come in here, you've got all their stuff. So as you walk into the cooler, you've got all your kegs on tap. They sell very few kegs to go to restaurants. For the most part, it's just all for here. But they do have a few accounts that they deliver kegs to. So as you come out of the cooler, we're going to come back through here and head into the tap room. Again, this is in the historic Cars Hardware building. Cars Hardware opened in 1923. So the building's 100 years old. And I grew up in Marysville. So as far as Cars Hardware goes, it was a huge name. They were Little League sponsors. I grew up playing Little League here. And you still have the original hardwood floors. They tried to keep some of the stuff the same. It's really, really a neat building. And when they first opened up, they didn't have this expansion out towards the front. It was just this small little square building area here. And this bar was not here. It was just this bar right here was what they opened up with. And as you can see, there's still all the stuff that nails and screws and, you know, the ladder that ran across to get stuff for the old Cars Hardware. It's really, really neat. So all the trays. I know you're asking, what's that trike doing there? Five Rights is a sponsor for the Marysville Trike Races for Strawberry Festival. So they happen right out here on 3rd Street, which is right out in the front. So as you can see, nice big beautiful sign, Five Rights Brewing. We do have a festival coming up here. It's the Clear Beer Fest, April 27th through the 29th. Some good breweries going to be there. Bailbreaker, Breakside, Fort George. We'll check out some of the beers they have on tap. The OTC is the over-the-counter, which are beers that they always have, that they always carry. They do have a few guest taps and stuff. Your birthday list. They have some ciders. They have root beer. They have a kombucha. And then the prescription are seasonals that they don't always have. They've really done a nice job. It started off just as this little area, and they've expanded into this main area here. They put in a garage door, which is nice. Right next door, you see over there, is the kitchen and more seating area. But that used to, when they opened up here in 2019 of March, Wander Coffee Company was the tenant on that side, and there wasn't this big door here. The main door, you'd walk in the front, and you could go into Wander and then come into here. In 2020 of January is when this new addition came in. And then in February of 2021, they took over this side for the kitchen, and now they have the full kitchen. But they really did a nice job with this when they took this over. It's really just, it's a neat place. There's a few TVs for sports. Sean, who is the beer tender here, he's the manager, all that. He made these tables, which are beautiful. They got a couple of old pews, and he made these with hops. So there's two of them. Grace Love Beer is what they go by, everybody. Juice Grooves, their hazy IPA, which is probably their best seller. And as you can see, there's a car show, June 18th. That is Strawberry Festival weekend, where the trike races will be right out front. This is a garage door that rolls up, so during the summer when the weather's nice, you could sit here at this bar and just stare out onto 3rd Street. In June of 2021, I showed you the pavilion already out back. That's when they finished that for outside seating. They hold special events out there. It's open during the summer. Just weird seeing all the old Cars hardware stuff. Brings back memories. The Steve Reich Major League Ale, they brewed that, and Major League umpire pitcher Trip Gibson came in with all the proceeds benefiting the Marysville Stilly Little League. Kind of cool. Big Welly Double IPA. Jason Welly has Tiny J Brewing over in Yakima area, and he works on the hops. We actually are going over this weekend for his birthday. So obviously this edition has added much more seating. We are going to try some beers here. But the kitchen, they did a really nice job on it. Down the hall back to the left, there's a couple of bathrooms. We'll get a picture of the menu here for food.
That's what I did the last time, because I knew that I was going to be out early. And I made sure that I talked to CJ. I told CJ, I told him that we're very low on vanilla.
Kind of gives you an idea on what they have.
2 scoops of chocolate and 1 vanilla if we can.
Sandwiches. They do not have a fryer.
I told him.
So all your sandwiches and stuff are served with chips. But they've done a really nice job with the menu and everything. Really is a nice bar. This recent addition here to this long bar has added more bar seating, which is nice. Kind of gives you an idea. Anyways, let's get some beer. You wanna? So here is our taster tray. Our taster tray consists of number 1, Nellie's Nectar. Nellie's Nectar is their Bavarian Hef. It's got hints of banana clove and it's crisp. Number 2 is Roberta's Scotch. Roberta's Scotch, the badass. It's malty, rich with hints of caramel. Third one up is the Juice Groove. That's their best seller. That is their hazy IPA. With that, you're going to get stone fruit, tangerine, and tropical. Then you're going to come across the Mingler. Their Mingler is their IPA. It's 7.1. It's got citrus, berry, and pine. And last but not least, on the very end, on the right over here, number 5, we're going to try their Funkville Berliner Weiss. They've recently gotten into trying to brew some sour beers, and it's really good. They had a sour beer thing not too long ago. So we're going to test these out and see what they're like. Cheers, everyone. Nellie's Nectar down the hatch. That's really good. Very tasty. A couple things also with Five Rights. It is family friendly. It is pet friendly. You can bring your dogs in here as long as they're well behaved. And obviously during the summer when the pavilion's open, families are welcome out there too. So some of you may be curious where they got their name. And Five Rights comes from the Five Rights of Nursing. RJ's wife is a retired nurse, and that's how they kind of came up with the name. Right patient, right method, right medication, right dosage. There's 5 of them total. So that's how they came up with the name. And there's several events that they have here. They have actually Nurses Day. They have specials for the nurses. So we've got a thing coming up on Wednesday, a brewer's experience. And Ben Edmonds from Breakside Brewing's coming down. And he's bringing 2 barrel-aged beers with him. And RJ brewed 2 barrel-aged beers. And it's kind of a question and answer, science class, learn about stuff. And then obviously we have the Clear Beer Festival coming up the 27th to the 29th. And that's got 11 or 12 breweries. All of them brewed a clear IPA, which is kind of nice also. Anyways, we're going to finish a few more of these beers and see how they taste. And we're going to check back in with you. Next up on the tasting tray, we have Roberta's The Badass Scotch Ale. A little malty and caramel. Funny backstory on this one. Roberta is from the character off of Z Nation. They used to have a few beers brewed for the show Z Nation. RJ and Christy are friends with, I believe it's the producer, and they had a Z Nation release party one time. They brewed about 3 or 4 beers, named them after the characters off the zombie show Z Nation, and they came in, they brought stuff in, they auctioned it off. It was an awesome event. So we're going to go with the Roberta's Scotch Ale. Cheers. We are on to our next one. It is the Juice Groove. It is their hazy IPA, stone fruit, tropical. It's 6.5. It's definitely the best seller they have here. Sometimes they can't keep it in. So it's really a good hazy IPA. You get to here, that's probably the one I would suggest. It's my favorite, and it's most people's favorite here. We're going to move on to our 4th taster. It is the Mingler. It's their clear IPA, 7.1. It's piney. It's solid. It's a good beer. So I would suggest that. If you don't like the hazy beers, I would try the Mingler for sure. All right, kids, last one on our tour of our 5 taster tray is the Funkville Berliner Weiss. They've only done 1 sour. It's fairly solid. It's a little watermelon, little lemonade, a little tangy. If you like sours, it's not too bad. It's not gonna give you the sour taste, but it's definitely, as you can see, not too bad. So let's just sip it and see what happens. Actually, you know, that is really easy drinking. I love sours from Great Notion, and this one's good. It doesn't give me the bitter, anything like that. You can definitely sip on that one for sure. And that's it for our 5 tasters. We'll see you in a bit. All right, everyone, we are leaving Five Rights Brewery right now. We're heading out. It was a great day at the brewery. As you can see right beside me, I've got a business here, Pack Mule Beer Club. We're going to sit down with him eventually and have a talk. He's out of Vancouver, and basically he goes and gets a bunch of beers and then delivers it. He also does trivia, so that one will be coming. But as for Five Rights Brewing, come and check them out. They're open Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Great beer, great people, lots of fun. And yeah, welcome to Marysville.